don't have time. I've got to make a house call before I get to the clinic.
A house call? Is it an emergency?
No, it's Mrs. Tambernino. Her arthritis is so bad she really can't get around at all, and I promised to stop in and see her once in a while.
Then will you be at the clinic?
I doubt it. By the time I get there, I've got to pick up that sponge and take it straight to the lab. They're going to evaluate it while I'm there. Sponge... Lab being closed yesterday sure didn't help, did it?
Rick, I know why you want to have that sponge tested, but I just wish you wouldn't make such a big issue out of it. It really upsets Johnny.
Amy, it will upset Johnny a heck of a lot more if we don't find out how he was drugged. And right now, that sponge just happens to be the only clue we have.
I'm still very upset about the other one disappearing. I would love somebody to explain to me how something gets stolen out of police custody.
I'll tell you one thing that it proves. Somebody out there doesn't want us to know what was on that sponge.
You give Mrs. Tambernino a hug for me.
I will sure do that. As soon as I have that lab report back, I'll call you about dinner.
Okay.
Amy, you have a good day.
Thanks. You too.
See you later.
Yeah.
Well, now, see, that's one of the reasons I love him, because no matter how busy he is, there's always time to care about people. His visits to Mrs. Tambernino are the highlight of her week.
I know that. And I think he is a very special man. But Les, when it comes to this Packy thing, he is just plain wrong. And the worst part about this is that when he gets on a kick like this, you cannot convince him that he is mistaken.
Amy, I know that you love Johnny. I know that that makes you want to protect him and see him not get hurt, but that shouldn't blind you to reality.
I know what reality is. Packy would never hurt Johnny, and that's that.
I hope that's true. I really do. But until we have some kind of proof of some kind of facts, one way or the other, I think that we should go jumping into making these decisions about who's right and who's wrong, okay?
Okay. Fine.
I have to go to the hospital. What's your schedule?
I have a full day. I am working the late shift, but before I go over there, I have to run by the clinic and help out Claudia so she can get to the dentist this morning.
Oh, well, then I'll see you later when I get there. Amy, please believe me when I tell you that Rick's main motivation in what he's doing is to protect Johnny so he doesn't get hurt.
I know that. I know that. But I also know that Packy would never hurt Johnny. Ever.
You're sure there's no patient waiting somewhere to see me?
No, but it's still early.
Well, let's hope not, because I've got to get that sponge, get it down to the lab, and have it evaluated. Oh, by the way, I'll give you a number of the labs in case you need me. In case of emergency, you can reach me.
Great. Okay.
Funny, I thought I'd... Explore, I thought.
Say something to me, Rick?
No, Amy. Amy.
Something wrong?
Yes, there is something wrong. The other half of that sponge is gone. It's not in there. It's missing.
Is that what you were looking for?
You know that's what I was looking for. I just... By any chance, did you see that sponge?
The sponge?
That's what we're talking about, yes. Did you see the other half of that sponge?
No, Rick, I didn't.
Amy, this is very serious, and don't you dare get bent out of joint because I ask you. Did you take that sponge?
Now, why would I do something like that?
That doesn't answer my question. I said, did you take it?
No. Does that answer your question? I did not take sponge.
When you got here, was Claudia here?
Yes, I came here just to fill in so she could go to the dentist.
And while you were here with Claudia, did anyone else come?
No, no one.
You're sure there wasn't a patient outside waiting to get in,
Rick,
or...
I am sure. When I got here, Claudia was alone.
Come over here and sit down, okay? Do you think very carefully before you answer any of the next questions? This place was never unattended, am I right? You and Claudia were here, or Claudia was here, or you were here. At no time did you leave here. Is that correct?
That's right.
You didn't maybe go into the back or into one of the examination rooms?
No.
Not for 30 seconds, not for a minute, any length of time?
For Pete's sakes, we're talking about, what, 30 minutes time? You don't think that I could remember what I did in 30 minutes?
Let's go back again. I want to ask you one more time. And you better tell me the truth. I put a sponge in that cabinet. Did you take it out?
No. I already said no, and you're still accusing me. How could you do that?
Because I happen to know you, Amy. I know you very well.
What do I have to do? Swear on a stack of 100 Bibles?
That might be a very good idea.
Already? Yeah. I was too late, as a matter of fact.
Oh, Claudia, I'm sorry. You missed your appointment because of me. I should have gotten here
Hey,
earlier.
look, the dentist gave up my time, gave it to somebody else, said I could wait if I wanted to, but it would be at least an hour.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. As you well know, I didn't really want to go in the first
No.
place. Rick, is something the matter?
Oh, yes, something is the matter. The other half of the sponge has been stolen.
I saw you put that in the bottom drawer of the file.
That's right. That's where I put it, Claudia. But I just looked there. It's not there.
But how can that be? We locked up last night, and this morning there was no sign of an entry. Did you look in the back of the drawer, you know?
Claudia, I looked all around. It just isn't there. It's gone.
But it's got to be. It must be misplaced. Let's look again. Come on.
I don't think you'll have any luck, but I'll help you.
I'm sure. It's got to be here. I
That's right. It was in this one, right?
Yeah, we had it right in the bag. It's got to be. I can't believe it's not
Claudia?
here.
Claudia? Claudia?
Hey, it's just too big to have slipped behind something.
Claudia?
Yes, Amy.
Since you are back, can I get on to the hospital? I'm running really late
I'm
here.
sorry. Yes, thanks.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Go on.
Thank you.
It's not here.
I could see it plain as day. I saw you putting
Claudia,
it in
it
the
is not
file.
in here. You want to look again?
Lesley. Oh, I know. Lee and I were both late this morning. Then I got caught in a terrible traffic jam over in 3rd. You know, the cars, they were just stacked up. It was so frustrating. All you could do was just sit there.
I know. I hate it. It's so rude to smash the car ahead of you.
Exactly.
Yeah. You can answer a question. This is in your area of expertise. Do you think it's normal for someone to get tired, just plain tired, of having to sound cheerful all the time?
Well, I think it's very normal if there's nothing to be cheerful about. Mm-hmm.
Well, I feel that my life is difficult, frustrating, full of stress, and mostly unpleasant a lot of the time, and I am just plain tired of it.
You know, Lesley, maybe you're just having a little delayed reaction to that Malkuth business. It's pretty terrible.
Maybe. That could be part of it.
There are a lot of other problems.
There are some.
I'm having family problems.
Yeah. I'm really worried about Rick.
Rick, for heaven's sakes, why?
Rick is up to his cute little eyeballs in investigating the possibility of a fixed fight that Johnny Morrissey was involved in the past. And the kind of people who go around fixing fights are the kind of people who play for keeps.
Are you saying that Rick could be in danger?
Oh, yeah. Yep. And if I do stop worrying about him for a minute and a half, which I don't, I could always start worrying about Amy.
Well, what's wrong with Amy?
Amy is in love with the fighter who was involved in the fixed fight, which gives me a real solid feeling about her safety.
Okay. I'm sorry. I hope you haven't been waiting too long.
No, it's all right, Heather. I just got here myself.
Good. Leslie, how are you?
Hanging in there.
Lesley, listen, if you want to talk, I mean, really talk, you just give me a holler anytime, huh?
I just may do that one of these days because I get a real strong feeling that something's going to give soon.
Hang in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Heather, let's
There's a
go.
call for you, Dr. Weber. Oh, okay, honey. Dr. Weber.
Leslie, I'm at the clinic. I've got a question I have to ask you. It's very important.
Yeah.
Do you remember where I said I put the other half of the sponge?
Sure, you said you put it in the bottom drawer of the file behind the desk.
It's been stolen.
Are you sure?
Leslie, I have looked all over this place. Claudia's helped me. It is not here, and it definitely just didn't get lost.
Who would steal it?
Amy.
Oh, Rick. Oh, no, she wouldn't do that.
I don't want to argue about it over the phone. The sponge is gone, and that means I'm right back to square one.
Well, did you want me to come over there or what?
No, honey. We've looked. It's just not here. It is definitely not in this office.
Well, I'll be over later anyway. Rick, I really am sorry.
I could wring her neck, Lesley. I'll see you later. Thanks.
Right. Later. If there is.
Here? Hi, Les. Yes, he's just finishing up with a patient at the moment.
If you have any problems, you call me tomorrow morning.
Thanks, Doctor. Feel better already.
You're going to be just fine.
See you later.
Right.
You didn't find it.
Oh, it's gone. And it's not just missing, Lesley. It's stolen. How do you like that? First Bert's half, and now the other half.
I hope you don't still think that Amy did it.
Yes, I do. I think she's convinced herself that she is out to protect Johnny, and that's why she did it.
I don't think that even her infatuation for Johnny would cause her to forget the difference between right and wrong.
I disagree, but that's academic, isn't it? I mean, after all, I'm back to square one.
Not necessarily. You still got that guy, the fellow who was the second for Johnny.
Oh, Bernie Johnson? Yes, Bernie Johnson. But now I don't have the evidence that could go with Bernie Johnson.
Rick, it is very obvious that somebody doesn't want you involved in this. Why don't you just drop it now, huh?
Yeah, I think, if you don't mind me putting my 2 cents in, that we'd all feel a lot better if you did that.
No, not we'd all feel a lot better. I wouldn't feel any better at all.
Yeah, but both parts of the sponge are missing. What can you do?
I go on without the sponge. That's all I can do. I'll bet you right now that I'll never see either one of those 2 pieces of the sponge.
Well then, Dick Tracy, where do you go from here?
Yeah.
Wherever I have to go until I get the truth.